You are concerned about Ukraine, right? The situation in Eastern Europe can volcanically erupt at any moment, and the repercussions of the same will be felt across the world. But the United Nations is busy. It is focusing all its energies towards supporting a disgraced Indian journalist. Here's how. Hi and welcome. You are watching TFI Global, the foreign affairs and geopolitical analysis arm of the TFI Media Group. I am your host Sanbir, and in this video I will tell you how the United Nations priorities are screwed up at a time when the world is facing a World War III-like situation. The United Nations is a useless organization. It is a sham of a multinational forum and an extremely expensive one at that. The United Nations receives millions of dollars from several member states every year. Yet, the organization that was founded with the sole intention of preventing future wars in the aftermath of World War II has today been reduced to a toothless entity. Nobody takes the United Nations seriously. Frankly, the UN has become a joke. What is the biggest crisis staring the world in the face right now? Definitely, it is the situation in Eastern Europe, especially Ukraine. If Vladimir Putin chooses, he could go in all guns blazing and turn Kyiv upside down. The ramifications of the same will be felt all across Europe. Taking advantage of such a volatile situation in Europe, China could make a move for Taiwan. Essentially, a World War III-like situation stares us in the face. But guess what the United Nations is most concerned about in such times? A disgraced Indian journalist called Rana Ayyub, who has been accused of financial fraud, duping donors, and money swindling. Instead of preventing a massive Eurasian conflict, the United Nations is conveniently attacking the Indian government for pursuing legal action against a criminal who just so happens to be a journalist. In a tweet, United Nations' mission in Geneva said, "Relentless misogynistic and sectarian attacks online against journalist Rana Ayyub must be promptly and thoroughly investigated by the Indian authorities and the judicial harassment against her brought to an end at once." The United Nations, for your information, is supporting an alleged criminal who swindled large amounts of money in the name of charity and used it for personal expenses.
Hey, it's me, Atul. I started this channel. We started small. We went big. Suddenly, the whitey police was after us. We dodged and ducked, but the algos got us really bad. So we designed our own app. It's free. We never ask for money. We never will. But the droid called us too sensitive and blocked us. We still have an Apple app. Join us and fast, because if you don't, we will cease to exist. Check out the link in the description.
Rana Ayyub is a columnist for the Washington Post, which is essentially an anti-India publication. Rana reportedly raised crores of rupees under the garb of donations which she used for personal expenses. She received money via the crowdfunding portal keto.org. The Indian agency which investigates financial crimes is the Enforcement Directorate, and it said the funds were raised in the name of charity in a completely pre-planned and systematic manner, and the funds were not utilized completely for the purpose of which the funds were raised. Rana Ayyub raised a total of over rupees 2.6 crore through 3 fundraising campaigns at different times in 2020 and 2021. A part of the funds was parked in the bank accounts of her father and sister, which was subsequently transferred to her own account. Therefore, the Enforcement Directorate attached 1.77 crore rupees belonging to the journalist for alleged money laundering. She has also been accused of receiving foreign donations without any approval under relevant Indian laws, especially the Foreign Contribution Regulation Act. Rana Ayyub is a disgraced Indian journalist. She is known in India for supporting Islamists and having radical proclivities. It therefore does not come as a surprise that she is a contributor at a publication like the Washington Post, which itself follows a far left and pro-Islamist agenda. What is surprising is the fact that Rana Ayyub is the biggest concern for the United Nations right now. As the world stands at the cusp of conflict, all that the UN can think of is a fictitious story of India victimizing a journalist. The United Nations needs to be disbanded. It has reduced itself into a joke.